Welcome back to the Thought Collective podcast. All right, we're back. We're back finally.
Yeah, we are.
It's September. August flew by before we knew it. The month was over.
Yeah, technically we're recording this in August, kind of.
And technically, it's just going up a little later.
Yeah.
No, but it's September 2nd right now. So it's okay.
Oh, we could have lied. They don't know.
All right, let's check that.
We ain't cutting it. You're keeping it in there.
Happy Labor Day.
Yep.
No, that's happened over August. You got your first paid gig as a photographer.
Yep. I made a little bit of cash on that. Kind of learned the ins and outs of what I was doing.
And it kind of solidified what you wanted to do more so too, because I know you're kind of doing film and video, but you kind of want to pursue photography.
Yeah.
Or film. I say film and video, film and photos, but you want to pursue photos.
I want to do more photography based, just because I feel like I can pump out, exactly what the client wants.
Right.
With video work, I kind of want to keep that like kind of a hobby. I might introduce it here and there, but there's a lot more to it.
Sure.
Yep. And the quality I want to give the client is not where it should be right now. So
right.
I'm going to just stick with photography.
You can achieve that quality with photos.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah. Right. Do you want to talk about kind of how you got these paid gigs? I mean, what? Because there was two, right? I mean, you had the...
Yeah. So I had, the other job I work at, I work with dogs, and they had a French ring kind of style of, competition. So there's a lot of bite work, and I was like, that would be awesome. They're like, hey, if you want to come shoot, go for it. So I showed up there. I was there like mostly half the day, and I got to see the dogs go out and take down the decoy. So I got a lot of good shots on that. So was able to reach out and, some of the people got to see some of the photos, so they bought them, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then I learned a lot of the process on how to, reach out with the client, how to give the photos to them.
Like as far as delivering it goes?
Yeah, because, you don't want to send the client, a photo and then they could just take it from you. So, you got to make sure it's watermarked. You got to make sure all these other things, and then, to get paid, because it's not like, just give me cash on the spot, because I still need to go and post and make it look nice. So
right, yeah, it's that's one thing. I'm sure it's every photographer, does that with the watermarks, but you don't think about that. It's so easy. If someone sends you a photo, it's so easy to take a screenshot and just there's not a watermark on it or anything.
Yeah, and I noticed that when I do video that if you ever go onto like those sites to get free music, and they have like a paid section, they'll actually, like, within the song, some girl or something will say a word, and I'm like, oh, it's audio's watermark. I get it now. Right,
yeah. So music fades and you hear.
Yeah, back in the day, it was...
Audio jungle.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Back in the day, it wasn't probably as bad, but now that, like, everybody kind of knows how to use a computer and take photos and whatnot, so it's kind of like, all right, how do I do this? Since I'm not at the point where I want to give out prints yet.
Oh, I see.
So,
yeah. Well, do you think you'll eventually want to offer prints as a service?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A photo is great, and with the way the internet is now, it's kind of cool to see it all, but to hold a photo is totally different.
Dude, that's why I like CDs still, or like vinyl records still, because it's easy. Like I use Spotify all the time. I'll stream stuff, but there's something about looking at artwork and having something physical that's a little more special. So I could see that with the photo. You
take care of it. It means something to you.
Right.
It's not just like, oh yeah, it's on whatever. Yeah. Plus, I mean, you might be good at filing and whatnot, but if you put it up on your Facebook, it could be gone. There's photos I put up on Facebook that I would love to find, but I would have to dig for it. Because it didn't go in like the photo file, so it's buried in years of post and whatnot. So.
Right, yeah. Huh.
So it's nice to have something.
That's awesome though, man. Like that's such a good feeling. No matter like the amount of money, getting paid for like doing something creative is just such a crazy time period we live in where like that's real money for a lot of people, you know, and it's very obtainable if you keep working at it. Yeah. It's crazy, dude. I'm exhausted, to be honest with you.
I'm so tired.
I mean, we skated from like, I don't know, we skated for what, 5 hours at least, maybe more. I don't know, maybe not that long, maybe like 4 hours.
It was so long though.
Hit 2 skate parks and
2 skate parks, no food,
right,
minimal water. Yes. The voice sounds horrible.
Yeah, we're dying, but we're pumping it out anyways.
Yeah, because we planned on making this podcast a while ago, but I had things come up because with my work that I'm doing, and then with what you got going on, which there's something huge you're doing that we would have to probably wait on. That's why we were like, Labor Day, what are you doing? It's like, well, we can skate because we got to get to A2. And then you throw out like, let's go to Riley as well. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's like one a month. This sounds really, really easy, and it probably is. But like, there was like literally like 2 days in the month of August where like
we tried.
It would work, and then like you had something going one day, and then that day I had it. I got an email or a call or whatever to finish up a project, so it kind of shot that down for the day. But that's how it goes. I mean.
At least yours was like, I was like, I don't feel good. My wife don't feel good. I'm going to stay home. And you're like, I got to make money. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's way better.
Right. Yeah, hopefully next month I can talk a little bit more about, because I don't know, they didn't make me like sign like a non-disclosure agreement or anything, but I think it's just kind of like a good habit not to talk about specifics. But it's been an interesting project.
I mean, depends how many people were listening.
Right. No.
4 people.
But it has been an interesting project, and they're presenting it to the client here tomorrow.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're happy with that take, and there's not going to be any more revisions, because I wrote a lot of music for this thing, and I think it took about 9 versions to get it to where it's at now.
That's a lot.
But yeah, I mean, there's like.
That's so much.
I mean, that's 9 versions with, I don't know, like between the mix and the sound effects and all that. And so that's not even the music. I think I wrote like 24 songs for like a 90-second ad spot for something. So it was like a lot of music to write. But,
and then they come in and go, hey, can you shorten it?
Oh, that was the thing. I was too.
Like knowing from video work, I just know that once you like do everything, you're like, okay, that's it. To go in and make it shorter, it's like almost rebuilding a house from scratch.
Right.
Like,
yes. Oh, and the thing is, like, this particular thing was very focused around audio and the music itself, so it wasn't like, yeah, we're gonna shorten the length of this ad, and then we'll just take your music and take clips from that. Yeah. It's like, no, your 10-second spot or your 10-second piece of music that had this energy building up to it is now condensed to 4 seconds, and we need that same build of energy
now.
So you had to go back and rewrite
without revealing too much. Now, say you'd had to do that. Say when they said, hey, you got to take 10 seconds, drop it into 4 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Did you just use the same, or did you just go, I'm going to rewrite the whole thing? I'm going to rewrite that whole 10 seconds as a 4 second, totally different.
Ultimately, for the this ad, they wanted 5. They were using 5 of my music cues that were going to be thrown throughout this thing. So when they told me to shorten it, there were some pieces of music I was able to salvage, but there was also
a lot of rewrite.
There was one track in particular that I had to go back and just completely redo as well. But it was good being able to salvage most of what I had written, just kind of condense it and build up the energy a little bit quicker. So
well, that's cool. I mean, did you like doing that style? Because I know it was different than what you were used to.
Yeah, it's kind of a breath of fresh air in some way. I'm so used to like production music or trailer music where there's a certain way things flow, and this was a little bit different. Plus, the music I had to write and present for this one was in a style that I've like I rarely dabble in. It was a
Well,
lot of
you did
like,
a good job because I'm sitting there going, yeah, dude. I'm like, this was a real song.
yeah, that was their thing
Listen to
too. Like it was like kind of like a lot of I guess for a general term, a lot of like EDM music, which kind of
It's
like
awesome.
yeah, it's cool. It's something I don't listen to a whole lot myself, and I write it even less than I listen to it. So it was definitely looking up songs, kind of getting okay. I see how this.
But that's the thing.
builds
Like
and-
with EDM, you can kind of almost do anything. It's so broad. I mean, because I know you like using a lot of instruments. You could technically make an EDM song with you know all your orchestra instruments and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely incorporate those in
Just
there.
need a good rhythm.
Yeah, it was fun too because we had a few EDM tracks, but then there was also kind of like a indie chill guitar track, which I had a lot of fun writing as well because that that, and then there was kind of like an ambient piece of music, which was right up my alley as well. But yeah, I think one problem I kept getting back from the director as well with some of the pieces is they thought it sounded too much like stock music as opposed to, which was interesting.
Custom.
Yeah, because they're like, we want this music to sound like it's something that someone would actually listen to in their spare time rather than music someone's going to drop in a commercial, which is essentially what I'm writing it for. I'm writing
So you gave them what they want.
Yeah, but they're like, we want it to sound like you're going to go home and you're going to put this on yourself. Which,
That one song, I was definitely like, if you made it a full song, it would be.
Yeah.
But is that now, hearing that, did that open a new door of like, hey, maybe I could probably make some stock music? Because there is stock music that, you can get paid for, so.
Right. There's, there's
Now
batches,
that you know.
batches of unused songs for this commercial that I could potentially use or fill out, build out, and use somewhere else, pitch somewhere else. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. So the music that doesn't get used isn't always wasted.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to put all that work in for nothing.
Right.
But yeah, if anyone hears a bunch of, like, we're in an old house, I think it's just because, like, I'm tired and I keep moving.
Oh, yeah.
And the chairs are just going.
Are squeaking.
Yeah, just. It's like.
It sounds like an old rocking chair.
My back, dude. I slam so good.
Not to get off subject, but what was your favorite trick that you landed today?
I know we talked about it, but I'm trying to think if there was another one. I mean, I haven't skated, what was it, like 15 years. And now I'm like, you know what, I need to work out. And meeting you, because you can't skate by yourself.
Yeah, it sucks.
It's the worst thing in the world.
Sucks.
I mean, it was actually cool that we met up with those guys at Riley.
Mm-hmm.
You had, it was Alex and...
Marco,
yeah. So... I can't wait for them to post their podcast.
They're starting a podcast.
Yeah.
Talk about getting on theirs and vice versa.
That'd be super cool. So hopefully that can become part of it. But yeah, just skating by yourself is just like almost going to the gym by yourself. I mean, I enjoy going to the gym by myself, but I don't know. I like having someone there because like when I'm slamming into the ground trying to land a trick and then I look over and I see someone else do it, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, it's kind of like a healthy competition sort of thing.
So the way I like to skate is I like doing rails and gaps, and I love board sliding. So I think just knowing I could, after all those years, and this being my first year skating, I think hitting that board slide off that 3-set was just sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it started like low, so I can get up on it because I'm old and fat, can't get up there. But as soon as I got up there, and then it actually became a drop. Landing that, I think that hyped me out through the rest of the day.
Yeah, it was cool. There was I liked skating the bowls a lot. It was fun to get back.
That's so hard.
Back out into that, yeah.
And then you got those guys that are like 40. They had to be like 40. There one dude had to be like almost 50 years old.
Yeah.
And he's just crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I haven't skated in 30 years. And he's over there hitting the tile. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's crazy to see that. I've noticed being at that skate park in Ann Arbor that I've seen groups of like elderly men go out there with their skateboards and they just hit the bowls like they're like 20 years old.
Oh yeah,
it's like wow.
And that tells you,
that
tells you it's like, how like golf was like you could do it forever.
Yeah,
it's like skating, the sport that like people slam into the ground. Mm-hmm. You could keep doing it even when you're older.
Yeah.
obviously you're probably being a bull.
Right.
But even those guys when we went to Riley, they were older guys. They had the the board risers, and they had the protective board
those little
slide
strips,
guards.
Yeah.
Which is coming back somehow. But yeah, dude, those guys were going hitting those those gaps and kick flipping, and I'm like, that is not like a popsicle style board. It's those new fat ones.
Right. It's kind of like the fish decks, but like more modern.
It's like a modern looking kind of fish deck where
Yeah.
they kind of just taper
right
at the nose, and they're kick flipping up there. I'm like, I can't even get up there. I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
So
It's good to get out and see
but yeah,
so many people out there skating. And like the thing is, it's so cool. Is, like I know we were talking about it. You'll see old people, but on the same flip of that coin, man, you see like little kids out there.
yeah, I think that's really cool that because back when I was skating, I don't know if I was just in the wrong spots, but skating was like you were kind of a loser in a sense.
Oh, okay,
like
yeah.
the delinquents,
Right? Yeah, they had
degents.
quite a reputation back.
So yeah, it wasn't really good. Now it's like you go to the skate park and like you got old people and like really young people, and everyone's padded up because when I was skating, if you wore helmets or anything, you were either at modern where you had to, or you were a loser.
Yeah.
Your mom made you.
Which is kind of fucked up because that's kind of like that trails in today. Like I probably should wear a helmet. But
I probably
don't.
should too, but
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, with the hair I have, and I'm already skating on a budget. I'm like, there's no way I'm going out and buying a helmet.
Yeah, they're expensive.
I
too,
grew
man.
my helmet. I just use my hair. It's like a giant pillow. You just need to grow your hair back out, Grant.
Yeah, have you had? Yeah, there you go. Have you had any close calls as far as like head slams go?
No, never head slams. Snowboarding, yeah.
Terrifying.
I smacked my head pretty hard at snowboarding, but skating, no, I never had any. But you saw me how I skate.
Yeah,
I kind of like twist and.
you're like a cat.
I just
man.
yeah, I'm like a cat.
You
I will
always land
not.
on your legs.
Yeah, that or if I do slam,
Mm-hmm.
I just either slam and roll or slam and slide.
Yes.
And that was the thing. Like in snowboarding, when I would wipe out, people would be like, "Dude, did you die?" Like they think I'm injured. Like we're gonna have to have a helicopter come and pick us up. Yeah. And then even today skating, like when I fall, I look violent, but that's because I kind of like go numb and let my body just rotate and just let it like kind of loosely flop around
Right.
until I'm done.
Yep.
And then like I get up and I'm fine. Like it doesn't even hurt.
Yep.
But people
Yeah,
are like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm fine."
Do you learn how to fall?
I can't remember what that movie was, but it was a comedy where he's like, "You just gotta go limp," and they're in the car and they're rolling.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there just loosey goosey. He's like, "That's why I don't get hurt." I'm like, and if you think about it, if you ever watch a drunk dude fall,
Yeah.
which I did beautifully at the racetrack, out the motorhome, missed every step and landed on my face.
Yeah.
When you drink, yeah, you go numb.
Well, that's probably part of the reason why, like, you hear like these tragedies about like drunk driving accidents where they kill someone else.
Yeah, and they're
the,
fine.
Yeah, and the drunk driver's fine
'Cause they went loose.
They're loose.
And
Where
that's-
everyone else tenses up for impact, and
yeah,
that's
you're
kind of
gonna-
what gets you.
So skating definitely, stay loose.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why they always say stretch, because if you fall wrong and you're all tight, you're gonna break something.
Yeah.
So,
Dude.
but yeah,
That's exactly how I broke my arm skating. Too,
yeah,
man.
you're just like, oh god.
That was
this.
literally, dude. We went out to play a quick game of skate. That was like our warm up.
You were just
That was warming up, and just ate it on the smallest little. It's not even a kicker. You saw it, but small.
It was a
little
roll-in.
Yeah, a
It
little
was
roll-in.
nothing. My favorite thing
dude.
is who are you playing with first?
My buddy Brandon. He was my old roommate.
To Brandon, please tell me Brandon was like, I'll just take the letter. I don't want to do that.
No, he landed the trick. I was trying to do the trick he did, and I fell on it.
Dude.
So he's like,
S.
yeah, he's like, I think I'm gonna have to count that as a letter. And I'm just like holding my arm, like, oh fuck me.
You did? I'm so glad. I would have been like, oh dude, you totally got an S.
That sucked, man.
Yeah, because I remember seeing you at work, and I'm sitting there like, wow, you got hurt skating. How could you skate? I'm doing it now, but I was like, how would you skate but having a job?
Yeah.
And then I'm the guy like a couple years ago that was like longboarding down a hill at 45 miles an hour like a moron.
Right?
Yeah. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Whatever. Jeez.
You're only as young as you feel.
But yeah, I think for the future when it comes to photography now,
Yeah.
if we keep going to skate parks, I'd like to. I did bring the camera, and thinking about it, I could have definitely shot, because I saw, your two buddies that were there, they were filming. I think they were shooting on a Sony.
Yeah.
I definitely could have pulled out the camera because I got the nice 50 mil.
Mm-hmm.
It would have looked really, really clean. But I could have done some video or some photography. So I think for the future, we should go out to A2 and whatnot, and instead of just skate, which I wanted to just do today because when are we going to be able to go skate again?
Right.
But yeah, I think if I can make it out to do some photography work, that'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd like to. I think there is. Yeah, there's photos of skaters and whatnot, but I don't think there's nothing I see locally. Have you seen any like photos of like A2 or?
Not really.
No.
I mean, not that I'm really looking for it. I'm sure there's something out there, but not that's really came across my eyes.
I think it'd be cool to like promote that as well.
Yeah.
Because maybe we should make it out to that skate comp that they're having at Riley.
Yeah, it was like.
Hopefully that was
23rd or something. Sometime this month.
Cool. That'd be cool. See if we can make it out there and then maybe talk about it at the podcast. If not, which probably with our schedules. Oh my gosh.
It's always something going on, man.
Who knows, dude? One day we'll get paid for this.
Someday.
And then you guys get to hear content daily.
Dude,
every day.
Awesome.
Every day we'll wake up. We'll just turn this into a radio station.
That's the dream job, man. You wake up, record an episode, then go back to the work you really want to be doing.
I love like those guys. They sit there and they get to do that. Like that's their job. Yeah. And you can tell the guys on YouTube that like that's their job.
Mm-hmm.
Because it does. It starts out in the morning, and I mean, for me, I think working the two jobs and then trying to bust out video and photography and stuff like that, you're just exhausted.
It's a lot, yeah.
Because I'm trying to be around the family as well and hang out with the wife, and it's just like you're trying to find that time. But if you were able to, like, that was your income, you would have
that's
like,
your
all
job.
day.
Yeah.
But then you probably also sit there and be like, oh, I don't have time. It's like, what are you talking about? You got rid of everything else.
Right, yeah.
That's crazy. Just got to keep pushing.
Yeah, I feel like if you just had some kind of schedule that worked for you, put your 8 to 10 hours in or whatever. Whatever.
I'm a morning person, so.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. So 7 o'clock, I'll be up.
Dude, for me.
I'd love it.
As you know, like, I work best, like,
at night.
At night.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Like.
That's where post happens. That's what I like. Morning, I like to get up and do it. Yeah. And then, the afternoon.
I feel like I'm most creative on the verge of me falling asleep.
Really?
It's weird.
Like you're like the whole idea that you get inspiration is you're like half awake dreaming. You're like, that sounds so good. Wait, hold on. Dude, you get back on it.
I've literally gone ahead, like, way back in the day when I was recording music on a laptop. I remember writing the songs. Way. I was just writing like this like ambient track, and it was just like a lot of drones or whatever. Yeah. And I fell asleep while it was still recording.
Really?
And I woke up, and it was like 8 hours later, and it's still recording. And I'm like, well, I think that's my song. Shortened it down to like 8 minutes or whatever. But
did you have the mic on or anything?
What it was is like I think it was like a synth preset, so I had like a little piano roll.
And
so
was it repeating for 8 hours?
Yeah, like I just fell asleep with my finger on the key, and then
really,
yeah.
Dude, you should have posted that. People would be like, "Oh, dude, this song's great," and then like after like 8 minutes, it just went to.
So, dude, I have the song out there. I mean, you'll listen to it, and you're like, "Yeah, I could fall asleep to it." It's not very interesting, but I was like really into like Brian Eno. I don't know if you've listened to Brian Eno, but he does like a lot of ambient music, and
I think ambient music is huge, and it needs to stay around forever.
Yes.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it. I use it when I photo editing. I like to use it. I don't use it when I video edit just because I gotta hear what I'm cutting.
Yeah, but it kind of gets you in the zone with photo. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Get your little drink going. It's
Dude,
like 9 o'clock.
It's kind of funny because I love music so much, and I'm so envious of people that can like listen to music while they're working. Like I wish I could listen to music while I'm writing music, but that doesn't work. You know what I mean?
See, that's why I love doing photography. It's like I'm looking at an image, so I get to listen to like nice ambient music as I'm painting this, this photo up, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard that before from people too. They're like, "Man, I wish I could listen to music while writing music." Which I mean, obviously you are, but you know what I mean. Like
Dude, I don't know how you even fit. Like, I can't even like process that.
What do you mean?
To like listen to music while I'm writing music.
Oh, you can't. You get too distracted. You'd hear other things, and
yeah, like
it wouldn't work.
You could probably do it, but whatever you made would sound horrible.
Yeah, that would be an interesting experiment, man.
That would be. We should totally do that. Make a video of be like, all right, because I know they've done like drunk videos where people have done things, but it's like do it while listening to a different style of music.
Dude, I saw a video. It was writing a song with no sound. So Beethoven the living shit out of it. Essentially, yeah. They'd pull up their session, like whether they were making an EDM track or not, but they just turn down their speaker volume and just like
watch it.
Just hope you're getting something cool.
Because isn't that what he did? Isn't that what like I know he lost. Was he deaf?
Yeah, he ended up going deaf.
Yeah, so he wasn't 100% deaf, but I think he couldn't hear.
Towards the end of that career, yeah, I always thought he was completely deaf, but I could be wrong.
I bet he was like, I think when I was reading about it, he was deaf, but he wasn't he was legally deaf. He wasn't 100%
That's gotta
deaf.
be miserable, man.
Oh yeah, but because he started so young and he knew the process, I just think that's amazing.
Yeah, you get
amazing.
Familiar enough with like music theory and how
it just puts together.
Works. Yeah,
but then. Well, like I said, that's kind of how like my wife cooks. I think there's an art there. Because like my wife, she has, I don't know if I want to say it all, but I mean, she can't eat anything,
right?
Due to just doesn't agree with her body or the disease of celiac. It's just amazing the amount of like the kind of food she can cook. It's just crazy. I think I tell like everybody about that.
It's like a smell thing, right?
She can only smell it.
Yes.
So she can't even like taste if it's getting, if it's even cooked right. She can only visually look to see if it's cooked right. And then when it comes to the spices and like the things she adds onto it, she just does it off of smell. And I used to work out, a little backstory. I used to work out like 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, minimum.
Yeah.
After working night shift, and then I also did boxing on the side, so I got down to like 8% body fat, and all I ate, no joke, was brown rice and chicken, lean chicken breast. Yeah. I didn't do vegetables, so yes, you can do it without vegetables. I highly recommend you don't do that, because now I'm paying for it because now I got to eat vegetables. But anyways, I ate chicken so much that I hate chicken.
Really?
I hated it. Because you can only eat so much of the same, and I tried everything to make it taste good. I tried cheese, breading it, which is not the best, so I try to stay away from it. Hot sauce, different, everything. She came in and made chicken and steak not taste like chicken and steak, and I lost it. Really? And now I'm fat, but it's okay, because I'm going to skate it off. But it's just amazing how she could sit there and just smell and just be like, yeah, that's going to be great. And it's just, like, totally new. Probably like how Beethoven did, like, where he made, a song. And it was, like, due to the fact that he couldn't hear it, it's, like, better than it should be. Yeah. I should make a video without using my damn eyes. Like, I should just which is stupid. How are you going to do that?
That's how I would, that's what I would think, with.
I get, like, if I could make, like, I could probably make an audio, I would have to make a video with just audio. But there's video, but I can't see it.
Now we got to brainstorm.
Oh my God. That sounds horrible.
That sounds like such an interesting challenge, though. It's going to go viral.
Oh, yeah. Just like have you talking and me just pointing the camera at you.
Yeah, just blindfolded. Like the whole Bird Box thing.
Oh, man. Yeah, see, that would have been funny. A Bird Box movie, but shot like paranormal. Is it Paranormal Activity?
Yeah, Paranormal.
Or like, what was it, the other one? What was another movie that had a handheld? But imagine like she was blindfolded, but she's holding the camera. Like walking around.
Yeah. Should do it, man. Yeah, just based on sound. You kind of figure out where. It's going to look weird. That would be really interesting, actually.
Yeah, because I would have to walk around with my hand out front so I don't smash my camera into a wall.
I'll have to score it without using my ears. I'll write the music for the film.
I could, so there could be a loophole around this. I could do it, so instead of using like a good camera, I could like GoPro and just, either use a chest mount or a head mount, but still I have to be the camera. Yeah. So I could do it like that. Just have like a dialogue thing, and I'm just like moving my body through, the video, just using my damn ears. But if you hear a bunch of like, it's probably because I'm smashing it and stuff. I don't think I've seen that on YouTube. I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be a cool idea.
It'd be a funny video because I'd also need a camera guy to record me trying to do this, or it's not gonna be appealing to watch. And then like at the end, I'd be like, oh, by the way, the music was all scored by not listening to it. So you better hope to God that your levels are not in the clipping zone.
Wow.
Oh man,
dude, now
I totally want to do this now.
Project, yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be sweet. It's gonna be horrible. We'll just do like a microfilm. We'll just do something small.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh.
Something tiny.
Yeah. Now, can I cut it with my eyes open?
You can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cut it with your eyes open, but like all the
shots, I have to be eyes closed.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's no way you can cut it. It would be the worst video ever.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Just the filming, I would say, has to be.
Yeah, because I mean, at least you get to look at levels and whatnot and make sure you're within range. Gosh. Oh, dude, this is gonna be such a good video. Yeah. So if you guys want to go watch that video after I make it, it's gonna be at Darlarang on YouTube.
Yeah, you just put up a new YouTube video recently, too.
Yeah, I was at Grid Life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell full disclaimer. Every single day in the photography and videography world, I get better. Like
right.
every single day. And I'm pretty sure you do the same, don't you?
Sure.
Like every single day you learn something new.
Mm-hmm.
Which I wish I had this kind of drive in school. Like with just school.
Oh right.
Oh,
yeah.
Man. The amount of things I've learned outside of school is crazy. But every single day I learn something new about the craft that makes me better.
Yes.
And so the problem is I shot Grid Life in like June, and I just finished actually doing it just due to time and scheduling and kind of not knowing how to piece it together. Because what I shot, I was trying to use it like I was trying to go over there as a vacation, but at the same time try to get footage, and I didn't get enough footage.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a steady cam, and I didn't shoot it at a wide angle. So when I put it into, post, when I could, actually stabilize it, which when you stabilize a image, it will crop in a little bit. So everything was like nice and tight. So you can't crop in anymore. So I was so upset when I got back and I looked at all the footage, because we ended up having like a super huge like storm come in, and I wasn't able to finish it. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll shoot like the nightlife and everything Saturday night. Well, the storm came in, destroyed the tent, and I'm like, let's go home. So I didn't have all the footage. So I'm like, how am I going to make this seem like a good story but looking at old me. Right. And I'm sitting there going, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? And so yeah, it was difficult. So what were we talking about? Like how we're getting this together?
Yeah, well, you were talking about just like
I ranted.
No, you're talking about how you had a new video on your YouTube channel.
So it's the best that I could have done, but even now, like I think I posted that like 3-4 days ago. Mm-hmm. I would, if I still had it up, which I knew I didn't want to do because I would have just kept prolonging it. Right. I could have made it even better. Yeah. Just within the couple days that the things I've learned now, later I could make it even better. So always shoot and edit as quick as possible. Yeah. Don't wait.
I think there's something interesting too, like how you were saying you wish you had more footage to work with. Yes. Being limited on what you had and still being able to turn out kind of a story or a sequence of events that kind of still would pull a viewer.
It had a beginning.
That's not as easy as you think, man. You'd watch a video and like if you knew how limited you were on what you had to work with, I mean that's
why you got to give prop to those those editors, man. They know how to put a story, because you have the guy. So like you have a director. It doesn't matter if it's a YouTube video or not. I mean, you still have like a director who is out there trying to talk with the camera guy, which it could be the same dude. They're trying to tell a story, but then you also have to rely on the editor, whether you're the same guy or you have another guy. That's another story in itself. Like you have to take the one story of the shooting and then turn around and try to get the editing to be the same story all in one. It's difficult. So
Yes.
like I'll see one story as I'm shooting, but then once I get all the footage, I'm like, no, I got a different story here. So
Yeah.
you change it in post. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
You can even hear it in my voice. It's just like, oh my God. So I have what? Hopefully I shouldn't say anything. But anyways, so somebody I know, because if they listen, I don't want them to know anything. Because my wife told me. But anyways, they're gonna go somewhere and they're gonna go on a trip, and he wants to record the whole trip.
Oh, okay, cool.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And the one thing I told my wife when she told me that he wants to record it all, which anyone can record anything, that's fine.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know how to edit. And I was like, I can take care of that for you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I said, the only thing I want you to do is shoot as much as you physically can.
Sure.
Because if no one wants to watch, that one video where you like recording for 30 seconds and most of the camera, you're shaking or spinning the camera around because you're trying to get to whatever you're shooting at. Mm-hmm. Yeah. As much as you can, run the camera as long as you can and have everything. That way I can easily do this. Right.
Yeah. When you have, an extra 5 to 10 seconds at the beginning or the end of a clip that you're using. Yeah. Like I know I've talked to you. It makes the world of a difference.
Oh yeah.
It goes for audio takes too, man. Like
really?
Yeah. If I'm like recording something live and I hit that note, I let that ring out way longer than where I need it, because I don't want to abruptly pull up on like piano keys or stop my guitar and have to like cut that out, and then like that sounds unnatural. Mm-hmm. There's something about like if I've got a song with a guitar and like the guitar plays to the end of the song and you want that guitar to ring out, there's nothing more frustrating than hearing like a quick fade on a guitar that just doesn't sound good. It sounds like it should ring out. So like I give myself like long periods of time at the start and the beginning to like really play around with things. So
and that should work in in video as well, because like I'll sit there and like they say action and it's like, dude, count to 3, because either I don't know if 100% the camera's gonna start exactly when you press record, because sometimes it's not always exactly.
There's a little delay.
There's that little delay. And then also in post, if you're like, I just need, like, because with me at Grid Life, when I was, cutting it all, I'm like, I don't want this clip. And I already had everything pretty much matched up with the music I wanted. But I'm like, I really want to cut this one spot just because it's dragging on, the pacing on, it's just horrible. I got to get rid of it. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to really ruin the rest.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want the music to ever cut. It'll just sound weird. So you're like, okay, I got to either drag a little, from the beginning or drag a little from the end to keep maybe that part at the end of the timeline synced up with the music.
Sure.
But if you sit there and only shoot that much, then you're kind of limited. Mm-hmm. So always run it out. Always run it out. And that's what I was so upset about myself. It's just I was like, why? Don't sit there and point it at something and count to 4 and then turn it away. Right. Just because you think you got it. It's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
So I was so mad at myself.
Yeah.
I was like, you're horrible. No one's going to like this video because you can't shoot it.
Yes. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, now, you learn. And that's what I wanted to do with my YouTube channel. I think I even made like the first video describing what my YouTube channel was.
Yeah.
Which was just the worst video I've ever made, I think. Because it was just horrible.
Yeah.
I hated it. Uh-huh. But I just pretty much said, hey, I'm making this YouTube channel because I think a lot of YouTubers, like, say if I do make it somewhere great, that's it. Like, you just see their good stuff. Mm-hmm. I want you to see, like, how horrible I was, so that way if I get better, which I am every single day, but when I get better, you can go back to my first work and be like, I can do that too.
It's documenting the whole process.
You just feel a little bit better. You're like, I can be horrible.
Yep.
But with anything, if you have the passion and the drive and you do learn something new every single day, then you will get better.
Right.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I don't do it frequently, but like every once in a while I'll look back on old songs that I made, back when I was like, 13, 14 years old.
Like GarageBand, great songs.
Yes, yeah. We used one called Mixcraft.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. I used that for a long time. But yeah, just very limited in what you can do with Mixcraft. I mean, you can make songs with it, but like the processing and the routing like is so different from like something a little more professional like Logic or Cubase or Pro
But do you
Tools.
think like going through and using that, like it honed in your skills, so when you did jump to a better,
It gave me a very good foundation.
Yeah.
Like I had a very good idea on how things worked. It was just really the only difference from going, let's say, like Mixcraft to Logic, or I used one called Studio One for a little bit too. The only difference is like, okay, I remember the tools I like to use in Mixcraft.
Mm-hmm.
Where are these tools located in Logic or whatever?
Were they there at least?
They were, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, as soon as I found it, I was good. And then once I kind of learned the foundation of those programs, you just watch tutorials online or whatever, and then you'd learn like, how to.
Yeah. I think everyone should start out with like the worst program possible though.
Well, it's the easiest to learn too. It's usually the most user friendly for the most part. Like iMovie, for example. That's. I mean, you're so limited, but it's so easy for anyone to learn.
I mean, I started on Wondershare.
Yeah.
But I had the worst spec computer possible. But it was, to me, that was a very hard process, and I really am thankful I learned on that.
Yeah.
Just because when I jumped up to, the professional, editing software, I used DaVinci Resolve, just all the little hard headaches I used to have just to make like 5 seconds of something work. Mm-hmm. I can do it like within like seconds over on DaVinci. So it's just nice that I had to go the long route to do something simple. Yes. That way when you get a better, software, you're like, okay, I understand how hard this is, but now I can do it easier.
Right, so yeah.
You just have that little foundation.
It's less overwhelming too, man. Like, I know I'll pull up pictures of like, I don't know, or I would pull up pictures of like Logic Pro, or even if I pull up something like Final or DaVinci, the one you use. DaVinci, you look at like screenshots of that, and they've got all this stuff going on, and you're like, well, I'm really used to like this most basic version of, video editing program or music recording software, and it's like...
I think sometimes, like, I'll sit there and I'll see on Instagram, and people will have, like, just, like, what is it, like 50 tracks of video. I'm like, why? I get it. It could be, like, effects and whatnot, and, most of them are valuable, but I don't know. I use, like, 2 to 3, maybe 4 video tracks. Oh, okay. Granted, I'm not like at their level, but like I know if I'm gonna put in like a clip here, and later down the line I'm gonna also put in like something kind of like that clip. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna leave it on the same track. I'm not gonna keep building it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's hard for me to. I know what you mean. It's hard for me to even weigh in on any opinion on that because. I don't know.
You just got DaVinci, and you just like...
I know for music, man, it's easy to start like building up those tracks. You get a session with like 150 tracks going. It's like,
But yeah, it's not like you're like, okay, I'm going to use track 1 has got trumpets, right?
Yes.
And you're going to use that same, kind of trumpet. You're not going to... But later down the timeline, you're not going to put it on a different track.
Well, sometimes.
What, dude? You're just trying to make your thing look good.
No. Okay. So for composing, let's say I've got a string section. Let's say I've got a violin, right?
Okay.
And now I don't want to get too complicated and bore you and bore the listeners with key switches.
Them, I don't know.
But sometimes I don't always use key switches, and I'll just create a new track. So for example, what staccato is? Or like spiccato.
Spaghetti?
Yeah, spaghetti.
No, I don't know spiccato.
So like it's like a really quick way to play it, like dun 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 dun,
okay.
like that kind of thing, as opposed to like your long held out notes.
So that's what that's called when they just kind of chop it.
Yeah, okay. That's like staccato or spiccato. That's like so like for example, if I had a violin spiccato, that'll be one track, and then I'll have violin, let's say later on in the song it plays something more like smooth and connected, like legatos and stuff like that. I'll have that on another track. So when you've got a full orchestra of like your violins down to like your basses and like your trumpets down to your tubas.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense because like if you were making an orchestra, you're gonna have multiple violins and stuff.
Yeah, I mean the orchestra itself is like, tons of tracks. Not to mention all the sound design and then the synths and then the percussion.
I don't know how you guys make all that, dude.
Choirs.
I'm over here just trying to take nice, good looking photos.
And then all of a sudden you're like, why is my computer freaking out? It's like,
yeah, exactly.
Well, but yeah, it's dang, we're already at 48 minutes. Good. I know we're trying to keep it short. We'll wrap it up. I know one thing I wanted to touch on really quick is I know last time we talked, we were planning on doing video-based work on it.
Oh, you want to bring that up?
Yeah, I feel like we should just touch on it because we should
just touch on that.
We're gonna have a highlight or whatever, but
so I like luckily talking to some other people that have done podcasts and whatnot. I mean, there's probably a good way, and if anyone in the comments or something wants to weigh in on it, but I think when it comes to shooting video, we were using DSLRs and they only have a specific runtime, and it's like I don't want to be getting up or even having someone sitting there turning the camera back on.
Right.
Because when we start talking, we just kind of keep going.
Yeah.
And we don't have the budget. I know I don't to be able to go out and buy like either super high end stuff or maybe just like some camcorders to be able to shoot it. Yeah, you could use phones and you can use probably GoPros, but it's like I really like the look of my DSLR.
Yeah. Yeah, you want it to look.
I want it to look good.
Right.
And that's the thing. I'm not gonna post. I'm not gonna sit there and like put something up if it doesn't look good. That'd be like me and you recording this on an iPhone.
Right. I know. Like we had some footage, and it felt kind of like for a highlight, you want like a really good part of the conversation,
and you don't know when that's gonna be.
Right. And like what we had, it was like. I wouldn't say like what the cameras recorded was a spot when we were talking about something super important. So it kind of felt like we were just forcing something that, honestly, if someone watched it, they're like, "This isn't the most interesting thing."
No.
You want a nice highlight, and for that to also like, captivate someone into wanting to listen to the rest of the episode. So
that's for the future, definitely. We will. And when we do bring it in, it will be as best quality that we can produce.
Yeah, because that's kind of what we want, man.
Because if we didn't have could that be like me? Like I said, me and you shooting all the audio with like just our iPhones or something.
Yeah,
like it could be done,
right?
But there's a level of as a creator, there's a level of quality that you want to be able to hit, and if you can't hit it, then just wait on it.
Yeah,
don't force it, because. It's not, to me, I know, and probably to you, it's not about, just getting it out there and doing what everyone else is doing. It's like, if it doesn't hit our, creative, quality, then let's just not do it at all.
Kind of like a quality over quantity thing.
And that's what I like about this. It's something I can be like, yes. It's not like our other jobs where it's like, get it done.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Yeah.
I want to be
take
able to.
Take your time, make it right. In the meantime, podcasts are audio, so it's a powerful tool there. Yes. And anything else like video or anything like that, that's just a bonus that adds a little more value to the show. But that's where it will eventually be headed. But
yeah, so for now, I know we talked about it in the last podcast. You've definitely heard me. I wasn't raging, but I was inside. I was just boiling.
Right.
I'm like, I'm gonna throw these cameras away.
Yeah. We finally figured it out. Well, it was like, what, a half-hour runtime is what the max was?
So, yeah, they have a max runtime of half hour, but ours was not even getting close to it. It was like
20 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and it's not like it was shoot, because I know if you shoot on 4K, it's less. Mm-hmm. We were not shooting on 4K.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the cameras. They were just old, and they were just like, no. Because I think your awesome Nikon, whatever, was doing great, but...
Yeah, it was pulling through for a while.
Yeah, but we'll just wait on it, and then, good thing is we're not in the hot room with because to do the video, we have to turn on
all the lights.
We gotta turn on all the lights. That's heat.
Make sure, it's lit,
computer's
right?
on. That's heat. There's no AC in there.
No.
And due to the sensitivity of these microphones, there's no fan.
Yeah. Right, you'll hear everything.
And we have to look nice, so it's not like we can just be sitting there. In our shorts.
It's a less than ideal situation. I need to just rent out an office space and then.
Well, like I said, if we, we're a little behind on this one, But I think if we can get them once a month and, you know, build
Yeah,
something,
generally.
get people listening, and then I think easily we'll be able to start improving.
Yep.
And then, you know, just making it better for everyone to listen to. And I don't know about you, but I listen to our own stuff.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I'm hooked on my own fix.
That's good, man. That's where all the listens come from.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
Cool.
How many times are people, yeah, it's just Dar. He's
It's
just
just
watching it, listening at work,
Yeah.
on his phone.
No, that's good, though. But, yeah, I guess I know you got to get back. We can wrap it up a little early. But
Yeah, I mean, because I know me and you, we could just keep going.
Yeah.
And going and going.
Right.
But let's see. Is there anything else in August? We talked about what I accomplished and what I'm going to pursue.
Yeah.
And as of now, yeah, I'm going to go look for, that was the other thing, I'm going to go look for a second job doing actual photography.
Yeah, like working with someone. Or
Yeah, I really want to do that because not only am I going to have a mentor if I work there, I'll be able to just learn way more, way quicker, and then it's not like I'm even working.
You'll probably get some good. You'll see how like a professional photographer deals with their clients too, how they get their clients, how they build up that base.
Yeah, because like
I
I think right now like the quality of my photos, I think they're really great. Because like I watch other stuff and I'm like, okay, you know, there's two sides to anything. I mean, there's the business aspect, which is where I think I lack a lot of, because like I'm more of the artist in a sense. Like I want to be artistic with everything I'm doing.
Sure.
And that's where I put a lot of my focus into. But you also need to be able to pull back and be like, okay, I got to still run this as a business.
Yep.
So that's what I want to go learn, is how to tell the clients like, yeah, this is, you know, your photos. Because I can be like, yeah, these are great photos.
Yeah.
But I got to be able to get clients.
Yep.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to go learn. That's the goal
too.
for September.
Yeah.
Is to be able to come back on here and be like, yeah, I'm working doing this now.
That'd be awesome, man.
Yeah. Because then I'll learn how to, like, you know, freelance.
Yep.
Which I am doing a little bit. I got a gig in the fall, but
kind of intimidating too for any freelancer to like kind of name a price, especially when you're new to it. So like
that's figuring out the hard part.
I don't want to say taking photos is the easy part, but in some ways to you it might be the easy part just because that's
when
what
you're naturally good at it.
Yeah, but you know, working with a professional and seeing how they price things and figuring out what things are worth, and that's something that I could see.
Yeah, because there's professionals out there right now that don't take that good of photos.
Yeah, and they charge.
It's just because they're good at, you know, being a business.
Yep, selling it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. I think we'll have a lot to talk about at the end of, you know, September.
Do you got any goals? Since I told you about mine, I got my goals for September. What do you got?
I mean, I'm working on a production album right now. I was hoping to have it all done by the end of August, but with some custom work coming up, it kind of postponed that. So I'm hoping to have that finished this month.
Okay, sweet.
You know, hopefully.
Is that something we could buy? Like the album?
No, it'll be for industry stuff, so it'll be kind of exclusive to the publisher.
Do you ever think you're gonna make like a personal?
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Because like I said, you've made music before. I'm like, dude, I want that song.
Yeah,
I just want to listen to it.
I think I would like. I go back and forth. I mean, I definitely want to do public music more frequently.
Well, I want your first CD. Well, not yours, but like I want to be able to buy your first one.
I think it'd be easier for me too right now with where I'm at. I don't think if I were to do public music, I don't think I'd have time to sit down and do like a full length album. I think it might be
small.
Yeah, I think it'd be beneficial to do like a single here.
Yeah.
Like write something like in my style, but just release it as a single song.
Okay.
And just do it like that, you know. And
could you do like a single song and then post like, you know, make where people can buy it off like, I don't know, Apple or something?
Yeah, I could definitely.
You could just buy like one song.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, that's what I think about doing.
Do that.
But right now the projects I have and I'm wrapping up are all like specifically for pitching for trailers or TV shows or whatever. Wherever it ends up everywhere. It's crazy to see where things end up. You know?
Dude, I know. Like that trucker.
Yeah, trucker.
Some trucker.
German cooking shows.
There
I'm like,
you go.
What?
Perfect.
The brief for this song was like right at like the soundtrack of like Doom, the video game, and it's like overlaid in a cooking show. I'm like, whatever, man. Like that's cool. But
oh well.
yeah.
But yeah, so we'll be back. Probably not going to be. Hopefully, get back earlier.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's nice to be. It was nice that we went like the whole month because now we're like, okay, this is everything we did.
It's like a month recap.
Yeah, kind of.
That's kind of a good idea too, because I know like the way we were doing it for a while was like we were wanting to do it by the end of the month and stuff like that. But if we kind of like push it and then the beginning of the following month and kind of recap what's going on, that's kind of a good way to do it too.
Yeah. Plus, you guys get to hear, since we kind of talk about what we're doing in our own little industries, words. But yeah, like you guys get to see our progression, especially with me.
Yeah.
I'm progressing.
Oh yeah.
Really rapidly.
With me too, man. Like.
Yeah, but you're already kind of like there.
No.
To me.
To you, but
to me,
like,
you're landing 3 flips, and I'm still trying to ollie. So I mean, that's what it feels like.
I mean, it's still part-time work for me, so that's how you know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So I'll be sitting in your shoes when you're full-time, and then even if you do move, no matter where you move, we'll just figure it out how we can do podcasts.
Easy, man. Just like earbuds, Skype call, but then record it on like a mic and then
not Skype call.
Yeah, whatever.
I hate Skype.
Oh, it's all the same. Just a phone call.
Yeah, we'll do a nice phone call. That'd be cool.
Yeah, man, that'll be cool. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up. I also wanted to say, if you have been listening for a while and you enjoy the podcast, it would really help us out if you left a rating or a comment on Apple Podcasts. That kind of just helps the show grow a little bit more. So that would definitely help out a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys, we are going to sign off now. So
see you guys later.
See ya.